dices ahorita que me quieres a tu lado, qué lindo sería si tú me das.
Talking football now on the Sportsmax zone, and round 26 of Spain's top flight, La Liga, got underway on Friday, with Levante capturing maximum points after defeating a 10-man Elche 3-0. All eyes will be on the game between Barcelona and Athletic Club. Barca will depend heavily on forward pair Emerick Aubameyang and winger Aubamayeng Traore, both of whom have made a huge impact on the club since their arrival. Both have played 5 Barcelona matches across all competitions, with Aubameyang scoring 4 goals, including a hat-trick versus Valencia. While Traore has picked up 4 assists, Barca have now gone 5 games undefeated, their best run so far for the season. The question, are Aubameyang and Traore the keys to Barca's revival? Well, to help answer that is former Trinidad and Tobago international Brent Sancho. Brent, welcome.
Hey Mariah, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Hope all is well with you too.
Yes, excellent, of course.
Yeah, so we're going to head back to my team, Barcelona. This is a coincidence, let's just say that. Of course, we're seeing the just glimpses of the Barcelona that we've known, the winning Barcelona. And I'd like to think that, it can be credited to Aubamayeng Traore and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think it's been a tremendous December transfer window for Barcelona. The signings certainly have made a positive statement for the club. And of course, I would even throw in Ferran Torres in that mix as well, and Dani Alves for that matter. It certainly has transformed the light. We're seeing the team playing with a bit more confidence. I looked at them on Thursday in the Europa game against Napoli. Normally, Barcelona struggles on the road. And of course, they had a dominated performance against a very good, depleted Napoli side. However, it was a good result despite that. But yeah, I would suggest that the signings over the Christmas break has certainly been a big bonus for Barcelona.
Yeah, so it's one thing to talk about the fact that Barcelona have maximized that transfer window. What about Xavi and the fact that, there are a couple of youngsters or players that have benefited from him? We've seen the best of them, and I'm talking about the young Pedri, I'm talking about Jordi Alba. Do you get the sense that, coach has had an impact on some players?
I would say so, but I would say more the results. I think now we are seeing Barcelona play with a lot more confidence than they did when he first got there. You have to remember that Xavi is a young coach. This is his first big gig. And we saw him basically on the job learning as he went along. He tried different systems. He tried different lines of confrontation. And he was basically trying to find his best spot until, of course, the December window where the likes of Traore and Aubamayeng came in. And that changed the dimension of things. As I said, the results changed more importantly. And that has now seen an upside as it relates to confidence in the team, confidence in what they're doing. The likes of Pedri and those sorts of players, they're young players. So, of course, they need that sort of confidence booster. And we've seen them play really well thus far. I think the question is, and the examination will come, Mariah, is if they can keep this up. Can they continue to do this? Will they be able, of course, to be a lot more consistent in their approach? I think that is the true question mark behind Barcelona.
Yeah, and speaking about consistency, I like to have short-term goals. I like to plan. Barcelona, though, their short-term plan right now, win Europa League, try to make the top 4 in La Liga, do both. If you're Xavi, Brent, what are you saying to your team? Are we doing both?
He'll do whatever he can take. That's what he would do. Look, Barcelona has not been in a great place. And we all know that. We all know about their financial struggles that they reported. And we all know that they're going through a transitional period since they've lost Messi. So for him, he would take whatever he can get. Certainly, he would like to see his team, of course, get to the Champions League places in La Liga. I think the title is past their reach. And of course, he would want to win a trophy in the Europa. Something I think they could do when you look at the teams that are left in that draw. That being said, he is, as I just mentioned, a coach on the job learning. But I think he's learning quickly and he's doing well so far. And the signings have come in and given the team confidence. And they are in a very good place right now.
Yeah, Brent, your first response to Mariah's question about Aubamayeng and Traore and the impact positively that they've had on the team. Was this predictable, though? Because I'm not sure that when the transfers were made, Barcelona fans were saying, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But, you know, I think what they bring, Lance, is they bring a different dynamic. And I think that's the key. They're not... We're so used to the tiki-taka football that Barcelona's bring. Saviours tried to deploy that within his charges. And there were instances where it was not working. We've seen some horrible performances by Barcelona before, of course, the transfers came in. But I think what Traore brings, and of course the other side bring in, is that they bring a different dynamic. So now we see a Barcelona team that's a lot more expansive. They're not one-dimensional. They give you different looks. On Thursday, they scored goals in transition. They scored counter-attacking goals. Things you don't really see from Barcelona. So for me, yeah, I think that impact is really down to the individual capabilities, not necessarily the total of the team just yet. Maybe that can change. But it's good to try to make these changes when you're winning and there's confidence in the squad than when you're losing and things are not going right.
Yeah, you know, we talk about the players, Brent, and I'm of the view that what Barca got in the form of Aubamayeng and Traore were players who had a point to prove. And every team who gets players who have something to prove benefits from the quality of those players. I say that, Brent, while remembering an interview in the 2000s with the former Middlesbrough and England winger Stuart Downing at a press conference. I've said this to Lance already. I said, I nearly fell off my chair when in the interview, Stuart Downing said he had nothing to prove. Stuart Downing had never won a trophy in his life, never been best player in the league in his life. He didn't have anything to prove, and no wonder his career went the way it did. And I'm saying that in Aubamayeng and Traore and some of the others who've come, Ferran Torres, certainly, these are players with something to prove, and that's part of the reason Xavi's team is playing so very well, because the players want to show, Aubamayeng wants to repair his reputation, and Traore wants to prove that he was always a bigger talent than Wolves could hold.
I would even throw Ferran Torres in that mix as well, because he wasn't getting many minutes at Manchester City, as you know. And you're right. I think those players have come in. They have looked at this situation. Of course, their circumstances are well understood as to when they came to Barcelona. And you're right. They're playing as players that want to show that they still have something in the locker. But I go back to what I said. The big part, one of Barcelona's biggest problem post-Messi has been consistency. And you know, George, at some point in time, that point to prove may just wear out. That newness may just wear out. And it's not to suggest by any stretch of the imagination that I'm not appreciative of what Barcelona is doing right now. My question is, can they be consistent in what they're doing right now?
Well, here's the thing. But here's the thing, Brent. Here's why I can continue. Look, I know you weren't the biggest fan of Ronald Koeman, but I'm saying to you, any manager that runs a football club the size of Barcelona and reads in the press every day that he will be sacked. He listens to the drive-in calling programs and they say he's going to be sacked. He watches TV, they say he's going to be sacked. He watches his president in the media every day saying, boy, he's only here because I don't have enough money to fire him. That is going to create negative vibes around the team. That has been removed. I challenge you to tell me the last time you heard Joan Laporta in the media talking about anything. He's been silent because he's been doing what a president should do, which is work behind the scenes and leave the football to his coach and the players. Xavi has a settled environment. Nobody is calling for him to be sacked. Everybody's supporting him now, and he has players who have a point to prove. It's a different environment, Brent, so you're going to get a different outcome.
Yeah, it is a different outcome. And you know what's remarkable about this, a club that has gotten so many things wrong, they got this transfer window very right in terms of the players coming in. And you're correct. I think the entire, of course, locker room, the entire club, the atmosphere has changed, and that is a good thing. So when you're trying to change things as a coach, when you're trying to implement new systems of play, new way of thinking, new mindsets within the club, it's a lot better and easier to do that when there is a lot better environment to do it. And you don't have to look far down the road. You can look at Manchester United, which is the complete opposite, where there seems to be a turbulent atmosphere. Hence the reason there has been challenges in terms of turning things around there. But Xavi have it a lot different. It almost feels like they've smoothed the road for him. But as I said, I think at some point his youngness as a coach would be challenged and come to question. Because let's face it, guys, Barcelona fans are not going to be happy with conversation about a Champions League spot. They're going to be wanting to challenge for La Liga titles and challenge, of course, for Champions League title. And when that conversation comes around, will these players be part of that conversation? And I think that there is where the real conversation is going to start.
Yeah, Brent, I hear you, but let's just enjoy the ride. Let's just live in the present right now. Lance?
I just wanted to say, well, Brent, before you go, and what George mentioned earlier on about players needing or wanting to prove something with Traore and Aubamayeng, maybe in the moment he said that, I thought about Anthony Martial, who is now with Sevilla, and they are 6 points off the lead, I think, at the moment. So maybe if he does what George expects him to do and the true Martial turns up, Sevilla might challenge for the title.
Yeah, I think they're the only ones close enough to challenge Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And yeah, look, you can even talk about our good friend Van de Beek at Everton, and how time when a player leaves and wants to, of course, prove things differently. But I think Barcelona is a lot bigger than that little segment. They need to be consistently good as a whole, because the expectations of Barcelona is not the same expectations for Sevilla or any other club of that nature. This is a big, big club. And I just wonder, and I'm sure you would agree with me, Lance, that these two players, maybe not about Aubamayeng so much, but Traore and Ferran Torres would have never been in a conversation in a golden year Barcelona discussion.
Absolutely.
And that's a fact. So,
absolutely right.
Yeah. Horses for courses now.
Right. Well, Brent, we have to leave it right here, but we look forward to chatting again.
Yes, certainly, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Same to you. Of course, viewers, just a reminder that La Liga lives on your home of champions. We have all the action on Sportsmax, Sportsmax 2. And if you haven't downloaded the Sportsmax app yet, you can do that. La gente me dice que ya es muy obvio, que ya se me nota, que estoy más intenso.